Hello, nice to meet you all. My name is Federico Boni, and I work in Iran. Just to be very quickly, here you can see what Iran is doing. We are a multi-utility based in northwest part of Italy, but with several activities also all over Italy, let's say. We are quite spread in several businesses like environment, water cycles, but maybe it's most important for this seminar in the energy sector. We are DSO, producer of energy, we are retailer, and so on. What we also what we also developed since few years, it's an offers of e-mobility, and that you can see here the offer. It's quite widespread, and it covers all the necessary activities and assets for a complete offers to corporate, but even to private, with a special also focus on light mobility. That is maybe here in the core of today's activities. I work in innovation department of Iran, so I'm not in the Iran Go activities, commercial activities. I'm more focused on future innovation of all our businesses. Here you can see an overview of, for example, of the European funded project, European regional and national funded project that we are currently following. And some of them, as you can see, also focused on sustainable mobility. To come maybe to what I was asked to show you today, that is maybe a vision of a utility, of course. So it's not the vision of it's not the only vision, but a vision of a quite big utility on the future of mobilities and the future of our investment and business in the e-mobility sector. An important role we think that could be given to the vehicle to grid, but to stay more in general, to bidirectional charging for future asset management of DSO networks, but even on market participation in balancing services and ancillary markets, and since a few months also in the energy community idea that the European Commission is spreading, and the various countries in Europe are trying to develop. This is a project that I'm coordinating on vehicle to grid, and maybe it's also very it focused good on today's webinar, because the vehicle to grid will be tested with a light vehicle, an L7 vehicle that will be developed with BMS and battery systems, enabling bidirectional charging. This was taken from our strategic plan, Iran strategic plan, and a section of this strategic plan is the innovation plan for the future 2 or 3 years. We usually update that every 2 years. I took the part related to e-mobility to maybe show you where we think we should focus in the following years as Iran for our businesses. So for sure, we think that dynamic charging, and of course vehicle to grid or vehicle to home or vehicle to X will be a leg of this dynamic charging. Maybe its extreme application will be very important for us as network manager, but also as CPOs and DMPs to provide services to our customers. Of course, as maybe as DSO here, the grid impact of the full deployment of electric vehicles will be important for us to be assessed, because we have to plan investment on the network, you know, of iron and cable investment, but maybe not only IT investment to manage dynamically what the asset can give without spending too much on changing substation and cables. Another important aspect that we are you know, looking at is autonomous driving. Of course, we are not car manufacturer. We will not be car manufacturer in the future, but we know that autonomous driving needs external sensors, external infrastructure to run properly. And so as Iren, for example, here in Turin is managing the lighting systems, the public lighting systems, and of course the other networks, we know that smart lighting and the lighting poles will be probably the right distribution assets that will embed sensors and internet connection and maybe 5G support for autonomous driving. We are also looking at what we call innovative business model, but it's not only business and not only business model, let's say. Of course, the sharing mobility, we are open and we are right now already investing in some light electric sharing mobility assets. Battery swapping is something that since a few years we are looking at it because of the possibility to manage the swapped battery as support to electricity network again, and second life battery could be a consequence of that. Not only electric, as you can see, but as we are active in the environmental systems, in the waste treatment systems, biofuel, we are also looking at the futures of biofuels for traction systems, and of course hydrogen, that is something right now very considered all over corporate and activities. That's the end of my presentation.